So I'm talking about amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Now let's understand. Okay, I've taken this topic because again it is a very important topic and it's slightly confusing. Okay, to identify clinically. So amyotrophic. Let's break down the name first to understand it better or remember it better. Okay, so amyotrophic. Okay, so it is muscle atrophy. Okay, muscle atrophy. Amyotrophic. Okay, lateral is standing for your lateral corticospinal tracts, and sclerosis is actually standing for scarring, or you can say as gliosis. Okay, so what is happening here? Okay, so actually the basic pathophysiology is that there are some defects. There are some defects. Okay, in glutamate. I'm just talking about it in short so that you understand basically what is happening. So glutamate transporter. Okay, so let's understand first of all what is this glutamate. So we know that this glutamate is a excitatory neurotransmitter. Okay, so this is a excitatory neurotransmitter. Okay, so now here in this disease what happens that this glutamate transporter is defective, which is actually removing this excess glutamate. Okay, after it has acted. Okay, so that's defective. Also there is some defect with the superoxide dismutase one. Okay, so the okay, now how this glutamate is actually working is this glutamate is going to like how it excites. Okay, by calcium influx. Now this calcium influx is going to generate free radicals also. Okay, so when this glutamate is excess, these free radicals are also going to increase, and that is why, and there is a defect with this SOT1, so that is why the free radicals are also not cleared up. Okay, so this is some basic pathology with this amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Okay, so basically overall the summary is that there is a glutamate excitotoxicity. This is the basic pathophysiology. There's a glutamate excitotoxicity. Okay, so what is this glutamate excitotoxicity is going to damage neurons. Okay, neurons. Fine. Okay, fine. Now, why only like from neurons? What do we mean here? Okay, so by neurons we actually mean the lateral corticospinal tract. Okay, this is actually motor tract. Okay, so why only motor and why not sensory? Okay, so because the motor fibers are actually more sensitive to this calcium excitotoxicity. That is why. Sensory fibers are having buffer system. This motor fibers are not having enough of buffer system, so they are very much prone to this glutamate excitotoxicity. Okay, so this is your basic reason for why only motor. Okay, so it is a pure motor effect is it. Okay, no sensory. Okay, so now whenever the pyramidal tract is affected, so this is the pyramidal tract. Okay, so whenever the pyramidal tract is affected, you have UMN lesions. Okay, now the lateral corticospinal tract, the motor fibers of it, so there are LMN lesions also because there is a muscle. So this LMN lesion is actually causing the muscle atrophy. Okay, so now we understand why it is called amyotrophic. Lateral also we have understood because lateral corticospinal tract. Now what is the sclerosis? Okay, so when there is a nerve degeneration, right? There is a nerve degeneration. So this is replaced by scar tissue in your nervous system is glial cells. It is replaced by gliosis, which is the sclerosis or the scarring basically. So this is the amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. So in the question, okay, when you get a scenario of ALS, okay, ALS scenario. So how do you understand that is ALS? Okay, first of all, it is pure motor effect. Number one. So you have UMN. Second thing is that along with UMN, you have LMN also, but there is no sensory abnormality. Okay. So this is how you identify that is ALS. Okay. Now what is the treatment? Okay. Now treatment is going to be something which is going to affect the cause. The cause is what? Glutamate excitotoxicity. So the treatment is Riluzole. Riluzole is a glutamate inhibitor.